Hey everyone, this is Armored, and today I'm going to show you an interesting video from the recent Genesis War. Here is Miss Harley Quinn, who is the president and leader of Alliance TOA from Region 293, I believe. And the mistake that she made, like she was taking it in good stride, like saying, bring it on. So let me show you what the mistake was made. She actually had a super weapon with her that she had secured during the earlier fights of the day. And then, meanwhile, before she could port out or before she could use shield, we actually were able to use a seed of calamity thanks to one of the players in our team who was quite quick enough to act on this thing and use the seed of calamity on her, which made her unable to use her port as well as her shield. So whatever the debuffs that were placed on her, and now taking advantage of this fact, so our allies and us decided to rally her. So first rally was a tanking rally against her Ragoro and Riven, which is a very strong combo and especially a very good garrison. And then the second rally, it was launched by Mr. Railgunner, and Railgunner has extremely strong rider heroes, so that was the follow-up rally. And not just that, but another squad capacity expansion was also used by one of the players in our team. So the second rally was actually hitting with 2.7 million troops. So imagine that, like if we combine the two rallies, it is around 4.7 million troops that were hitting this space. So she had about 4 million troops. So this was an uphill battle for her from the outset. So we got to remember that presidents of any region, they're always the symbol and the driving hope of every region. And they are the central peoples, people who are basically running the show, who are aligning and doing all the hard work for the team, carrying them, taking them into battles, being a sense of hope. So whenever your main player, they actually get burned, this is always one of the demoralizing factors. And especially to see one of my friends getting burned, because I have actually played with Harley Quinn before. She was in HNB for a couple of events, and she is quite strong actually, and she's a decent fighter as well. So a couple of mistakes were made by her, in my opinion. So one mistake was that during this fight, she decided to swarm one of the rallies. So as soon as she came out, her garrison became even more weak, right? And while she was using her Raguro and Riven, she was using the devices which were a little bit less strong. She could have used the devices which were on her ranged heroes, which were actually quite good, like level 4 on, I believe, both 4 stars, but she decided against it. So as a result of that, so the rallies actually hit her quite hard. So the later on I will be showing you the reports, and then you will see that it was quite unimaginable that she could have made a certain actions which might have reduced the kills on her. And even her alliance tried to send out counter rallies, send out squads to help her out, but they were actually not enough. And eventually, she got a spanking of a lifetime. We turned her bum from yellow, blue, pink, purple, every color. So maybe probably after this, it is a black color now, because it got beaten up so bad. And she was around 200 million plus before this Genesis war began, and she fell to around 150, maybe 160, around some kind of that range. So this was a terrible news for her, and a terrible situation overall for the TOA alliance. But I have to give props to this alliance. Why? Because later on during the Genesis war, just from a couple of 100 points, they actually missed out on the second position. So these guys actually turned up later on in the day, and they showed up to fight. So we were in the lead, like we had quite a significant lead, maybe 59, 61,000. And then on the second position was 47,000, was 52C. And then on the third position, TOA, around 47.1. So the same amount of points. So see, she's around 167 million points right now. One interesting thing that was done by Harley Quinn during this process, and I must appreciate her for her presence of mind for that. She actually sent out her all her resources to one of her players, so she was able to maybe mitigate the effect a little bit. But then again, so we will go for the rally, and then you will see that nothing like that was done. So 1.2 million for 31.7 million points. Like 1.2 million for 31.7 is just insane. Like 97k deaths for 1.1k deaths, and then 1.2 million troops in her hospital. So this is too insane. So this is not just her troops, but all those who are enforcing her as well. But then again, the numbers are quite insane. Even the squads that were actually swarming her, they got a decent bunch of points, and they did an extreme amount of damage onto her. So remember, folks, don't forget to drink water, stay hydrated, because the hydration that is going to be given to you by water Pokemons in this game or from your opponents, that is something that you do not want to desire. So like we filled up Harley Quinn's belly with an ample amount of water, with a duck salute as well. But she need the Joker, and we don't have Joker. So we sent out Mr. Felix and Chasey. So I believe Chasey is an advanced form of Harley Quinn. We can call her Chasey Quinn, because she's just as evil as Harley Quinn. So this is the second guy, Mr. Potato Eat Tomato from 52 FC. And she said that I hope this goes on your channel, and I have to comply with this. Like always making the video of those who have been president of some region. I believe this is something these guys deserve for the amount of work they actually put in to run their alliances, and then of course to keep this game alive as well. So once again, the hero armaments, like I said, the armaments on the other sides, they were quite good, like all the superb armaments. But in the center, the devices were not decent enough. But I know that she has actually good armaments, and she might have actually panicked. So thank you for watching, guys, and keep spanking each other.